Thanksgiving because I need that to go out so people can buy it for Christmas. And so part of my problem is that how am I going to do that? Because I also have to write my NaNoWriMo. So I was thinking, well, see, I can't do it because I have to edit my book, my sixth book. I have to edit it. I had some suggestions about how to improve it. I want to incorporate those. I just don't know how I'm going to make it happen in the time frame along with, my gosh, your name is too long. Lycan, your name is too long. Let me work on your name here. This is you're too long. What is it with you guys with long names? You make it impossible. All right. I can make this happen. I will see if I can make this happen because, yeah, I mean, I got to find a way to make it happen, right? Because we want, you're the first chatter. We got to give you credit. Anyway, so piano, I want to be able to release that book at the right time, but it's going to be a problem because I'm trying to do NaNoWriMo. So, ow. Not a great start. I got maybe one page done so far. Yeah, I was talking to Piano Ninja and you. All right, so I got your name up there. We're good. Yeah. So I'm hoping that I'll have points while I'm writing that I am just overwhelmed and or tired and I don't want to write. I have a writer's block for like an hour or so, and I'll work on the other book, and I have to do artwork for it. I got a lot of things to do for it, so I don't know. Yes, but and it's like I already did it because I wrote The Good Night in a month, but that was like 3 months ago. Didn't count, right? So I know I can do it. I think I know I can do it. I know I can do it. I've done it before. So what we're talking about, hey, Lily Pals, one of the things we're talking about today, our topic for today is confidence. So interestingly enough, that doesn't just count with chess, right? So like I'm saying, I have confidence that I'll be able to write a book in a month. I know I can finish a book too. So NaNoWriMo, and correct me if I'm wrong, Piano, it's really good for people that want to write but just never get around to doing it. So it's a month, you focus, you work really hard, and you achieve something you've been wanting to achieve. Well, I've achieved it once. I have a book. I already have my book in print. I have The Good Night. I just wrote 50,000 words. I still have to finish that one. I have my Sherlock stories, and all 5 together, especially with the 6th one together, comes out to over 50,000 words, 55,000 words. So, I don't need NaNoWriMo. And to be fair, I was doing it because my brother's doing it, and I want to do the journey with him. And, I want to do it with him. But I think as long as I'm writing, I'm happy. So even if I write, if I edit my Sherlock book and add words, I'm going to count that towards my 50,000. And then I will work on the new story. By the way, the story I'm doing for NaNoWriMo, the one I'm using for NaNoWriMo, is the sequel to The Time Warp King. So it's been asked for. I'm kind of excited. But self-publishing is a pain. Piano, I will tell you. I found one spelling error. I had a capital when there shouldn't have been a capital on a word. I found a formatting error where a paragraph was centered instead of justified. One paragraph, centered instead of justified, came right after the chapter number, which was centered. So I understand what happened. The formatting bled over and I didn't fix it. I found a missing word in a sentence, and I know there's at least one other place that I used the wrong word because a friend told me about it. And I'm rereading the story to get me ready for the second book. For the sequel, I want to reread the first one. And so I don't know if it's my poor memory, I don't know what, but I'm reading and I'm enjoying it, by the way. That to me is the first indicator that I like what I wrote, that it's good, because I'm enjoying it, which, right? I mean, we're our worst critics. We are normally our worst critics. And I'm enjoying it, except for these errors I'm finding, which I will fix and release a new edition before the sequel comes out, or maybe in conjunction with it. So besides the errors that I'm finding, which are more an editing issue or copywriting, copy editing function, I'm enjoying the story. It's well written. I like the characters. It's smooth. It reads nice. I'm very happy with it. I'm very happy with it. It's kind of like when I read over the Sherlock stories. I'm really happy with them. So I'm definitely not bragging. I'm just saying that I've enjoyed what I wrote. Now, that gives me confidence that I can write. So I write easier. It's easier to write when you have confidence. Same thing happens when I play other sports. When I used to play basketball, play volleyball, or tennis. I play tennis now competitively, right, in USTA leagues, United States Tennis Association leagues. Confidence is so important to your game. If you don't have confidence, you don't swing through. If you don't have confidence, you don't serve full speed, right? And you start getting tentative in everything you do. And that lack of confidence is a major teller between one level and the next. So 3.5 to a 4.0 in tennis, a big part is consistency. It's just consistency, but the other major part is confidence. So it's confidence just not in sports side. It's also in chess. It's believing that you're good, believing and knowing how good you are. So I heard this saying a long time ago, and I believe in it, that humility is not telling people, I'm no good, I'm no good, I'm no good. That's not humility. Humility is being extremely honest. So if Magnus Carlsen were to say, I'm the best chess player in the world today, that is not being hubris. That's not hubris. That's not being not humble. He is being, you could say he's still being humble because he's telling the truth. Now, if he said, I'm the best there ever was, and I'm the best that ever will be, that's not humility at all. But what is your honesty, right? Be honest. And if you can be fully honest, if you're good, saying that you're good is humility. Saying that you're not good when you know that you are, that's false humility. And that's just annoying. I don't like it. And yes, piano. That's why it's nice to have other people. And I had other people edit and read through my book. I swear I did. I had one that found that word, the wrong word was used, and I'm going to find it again and fix it. But I also have the email from her. But she's a very smart lady, good reader, and she found that one word. But she didn't find the capitalization up front, and she didn't find the centering problem, and she didn't find the missing word that I found. So I found 3 errors. I mean errors, right? Not things like, you could keep fixing things forever. But I found 3 errors that she didn't find. So yeah, I have people editing it, but it doesn't matter. So is having superior self-awareness a display of confidence? No, I don't think so. No, they're 2 different things. So having superior self-awareness, but having an accurate self-assessment is better, right? And it's still not confidence. And it's not a display of confidence. It would be a precursor to confidence. So if I have a true assessment of my ability, then I have a better chance of having an accurate assessment of myself and therefore having confidence in myself. If I have an incorrect assessment where I think I'm better than I am, that's hubris, right? And if I have an assessment where I'm actually better than I think I am, then that's a lack of confidence. How's that? Yes, Deja, well, that's good. That never was. That works. So, yes, procrastination is a whole nother story. But this is confidence is important in chess. It's important in any sport you undertake. It's important in going for a job interview. It is important in the job you do, whatever job you have. right? You have to be confident. I have to be confident that I can solve I work in IT for a university. And I have to be confident that I can solve the problems, that I can get the job done, that I can work with a vendor and get what I need out of the tools. I have to be confident in what I'm doing. And totally, yes, acting, definitely. Imagine an actor who did not have confidence in herself, and she flub the lines, she'd have no confidence that she can get the job done, but they could still be have humility, right? So we're not saying confidence isn't humility. And I've heard people on stream way back would bash Hikaru Nakamura and say he's arrogant, he's conceited. And they were like petty because these people didn't even understand how good he was or is. And I listen to him, and I don't like conceited people. They annoy me, right? Hubris annoys me. People that talk about themselves like they're superstars and they're not annoys me. But the superstars that speak honestly, I like that, right? I mean, I listen to Keanu Reeves. I mean, the guy is amazing. When you go watch some of the clips of him and on talk shows and the rest, he is self-effacing. He's like, oh no, it's okay. Life is good. You know, you're a good person. I'm a good person. He knows where he is in the universe of things. A guy I could like. I could like Keanu Reeves in real life, right? I can like him, not his persona in acting, but I could like him as a person. Confidence as security in your preparation more than anything. One of the ways, so in fact, that's our conversation tonight. How to find your confidence. How would you build, and I'm going to ask you guys for your opinions because it's something that I struggle with probably along with you. But here's an example. One of the things I was planning to do was to get my rating, right? And we looked at my ratings last times. But my idea was to look at my ratings. Let me go full screen for you. So my idea was to look at my ratings. And the idea was I cared about rapid and classical. I didn't care about blitz and bullet. So my goal was to get rapid/classical, either one of these ratings, up in the 23 to 2400s. The higher the better. If I could get to 2400, I felt confident that it would help my confidence. I would be confident that I'm playing at a good enough level to do well at my next over-the-board tournament, even though this is not over the board. Things are very different online than they are over the board, but they're not so different that they don't correlate, right? They're different, but they correlate. So if I could get my rating to 23 to 2400, I felt like I would be ready. And that would help bolster my confidence in my ability to play over the board is how well I'm playing online. Now, because I'm looking at it that way, I don't play the numbers game. I wrote a book on metrics. I don't have that book on me. It's actually a pretty good selling book. It's a nonfiction book, and it's about using measures for improvement. And one of the things I talk about in metrics is it can be made to do anything you want, right? You can twist it and turn it any way you want. So as an example, if I said my goal was to be 2400 rapid rating, that's a bad goal. The goal should be to be strong enough to be a 2400 rated player. I want to play strong as a 2400 rated player. And the nuance to it is that I can get to 2400 without being as strong as a 2400 rated player. And you guys have seen people with inflated ratings because they farm points from people. So they either find somebody that they just match up really well with and beat them and don't play anybody else or not enough other people. They play lower rated players low enough that they know they can win every game, and they better, because if they lose one, it's going to cost them a lot of points. But they farm points. And so you would take that 2350 and play them against another 2350, and the real 2350 would destroy the other one because, right, it's not, they manufactured their rating through other means than actually being that strength. So these ratings are indicators. They are only indicators. They're not the truth. So I want my truth to be that I'm 2,400. Now, what's interesting is, as I showed you guys last time, my high rating for Rapid was 2229. Remember, I want it to be 23 to 2,400. And this is before I was even thinking about this. But May of this past year, May of 2022, it says, I achieved 2229. So that's pretty good. In fact, that was my year anniversary for streaming. So I was thinking that I was doing really well because I was not streaming, but unless the year is wrong on this, which it might be, I don't know. Let's see what this says. Let's see. I was 2215 at this time. Oh, look at this. I was 2215 and I was playing a 2305. And I looked over this game already. I don't think we actually analyzed the game, but I did go through this game. It's in my collection of 2,200 plus games. But let's just look at it. So this is a game I played 5 months ago. I was 2215, and now I'm down to 2,000. So I don't know what I've been doing that got me down to 2,000. I'd have to look. So I got to play a variation I like. And of course, your opponent has to help you for the most part. And my opponent did. My opponent did not play this opening as well as he could. And I ended up with a pretty nice situation. Like right here, I have some attacks, right? So take here. Now he could have taken here. And then I could go back here and live here for a while, maybe. Okay. I also have this pawn hanging. Oh, wait. No, he can't take there. So he can't take here. We just take the queen. We just take the queen. Let me wake up. Take here. We just take the queen. So he's got to take here or do something else, but he's not going to give away his queen. So now this pawn falls. And yes, it's a fork. So I win the exchange. So as easy as that, way back here, this is a 2305. And I said this way back then that I wasn't even impressed with 2200s because 2200s gave away free candy still. Well, at least 2000s. 2000s gave away free candy. And here I'm playing a 2305 and I'm 2215, so I'm about 100 points below. And I'm like, I can get two pieces. This is in trouble. I didn't actually even think too hard. I'm sure I was moving pretty quick. Let's see how long. Yeah, it took 26 seconds. So I decided to try this. He pushes, we take. But then the problem is that, right, we removed the defender. That's the name of the game. We attacked it twice, and then we removed the defender. So we get the exchange, and now I have to rely on endgame skills because he's down the exchange, but otherwise, right, is he down a pawn? He's down a pawn and the exchange. Okay, so he's down a pawn in the exchange, so I am looking for opportunities. I'm just looking for opportunities to trade off material and be up a pawn and the exchange. All right, so he is not noticing any risks or dangers. I think that's poor on his part. So he doesn't take my queen and give me a pawn in the center, which he probably would be able to win. And, he should be able to get a draw, maybe. But here he just loses, right? Now he can still give me a pass pawn, but now it's game is over because he's going to drop the rook. Only legal move. He drops another rook, and then we're going to come in and mate him. Or he's going to have to give up his queen. No, this isn't a puzzle. This is a game I played against a 2305. Yeah, this is a game I played against a 2305. So the point, though, is, there I achieved my highest rating at that point. And then, obviously, after that, I didn't do too well. I dropped points all the way down from 2229. I'm now 2070. So where was that? Let's go back 6 months because we just said, and let's only look at Rapid. And so here was my high. Let's see, that's 2109. Where's? Oh, 6 months. Sorry, I'm only at 3 months. So here's my high at 2229. And I raised up pretty good. I went from 2194, 2215, 2229, and then I dropped to 2197, 2200 still, 2199, dropped down to 2168, and then look at this. A lot of drops. And this one, it looks like I didn't even play much. So I'm going to guess I didn't play any. Yeah. The point I'm trying to make, though, isn't that I was 22-29 at one point. The point is that I can look at that and say, hey, I've done it before. I can be 22-29 again. I just need to really focus and play hard and get back to what I was doing back then, right? Yeah, because your strength is your strength. And hey, Sudakus, how are you, my friend? Mi buen amigo, ¿cómo estás? So yeah, but confidence. So how do we find our confidence? So I'm looking for you guys. Tell me. Now, some of you may have no confidence. Some of you may say, I'm terrible, I stink, I can't play. Some of you actually believe that. That's a lack of confidence. Some of you just say that. That's false humility. Some of you believe it and are correct, and that's okay. That's honesty. Some of you think that you're the greatest thing since sliced bread and you'd beat Hikaru Nakamura if you had the chance to play him, or Eric Rosen, or Gotham Chess, or anybody. If you truly believe that you would beat them, that's confidence. It might be ill-advised or wrong, but it's still confidence if you truly believe it. So how do you get confidence in life? And it doesn't have to be just chess. So when I played basketball, I had no confidence. I played it my whole life, but you got a whistle and somebody reffing, and I got nervous, and I would play very spasmodic. I just played horrible because I didn't have confidence in my game to the point that I was like, yeah, good, referees, awesome, watch this, right? It took me years of playing with referees to then get confident in myself that I could play with referees. Tennis, same thing. If you don't have confidence, but I understand what I can do and what I can't do, and I know when I do things wrong, why. So it gives me confidence to play fully and do fine. I think I have more confidence in tennis because I understand my limitations and I work on what I'm weak at, and I know, and I get to compare myself to others. So I think a big part is chances to compare to others. I think that's a key. I think we need opportunities to compare ourselves to others to build and identify how good we are, right? Because we need to know how good we are to be confident. Yes, basketball and role-playing games, two sides. Yes, basketball, yes. Volleyball is even better. I played basketball my whole life, but I love volleyball. I love playing volleyball. I still coach it. But I can't play volleyball. I can't play basketball because of my knees, but I can play tennis. So now I play tennis as much as I can. As much as I can. But we need chances to compare to others. We need a valid or honest, I'll say honest assessment, self-assessment. Because then we can we know what to improve on, right? And that honest self-assessment is both sides, guys. So I've been told by multiple people, Chess Wizard, who subs in for me every once in a while, Epiphany, Marichess, I think Metal Eagle might have. I've had people tell me, oh, you're a lot better than you think you are, which is great. The other day on stream, Flavio told me that, oh, you should be 2400. You can be 2400. So those people's confidence in my ability makes me stop and go, okay, maybe I am better than I think. I need to know how good I am. I don't get upset when I make bad moves, partly because I believe that I'm going to make bad moves. But if you watch the stronger players, they get upset when they make bad moves because they're like, why in the world would they make that bad move? Now, granted, giving away free candy, no, I should never do. Missing obvious, I shouldn't do. But yeah. So what do you think of? What ways would you use to help build or find your confidence? And maybe it's how to build your confidence, right? Maybe it should be build your confidence. Because that's one of the things I need to do for my students, my chess students, which I don't. Sudaka's got on me all the time when I was teaching, not him or anybody else, that, hey, you only tell me the bad things I'm doing. I get tired of hearing all the bad things I'm doing. And he's right. You have to help your students, because remember, confidence is a major factor in how good your students will perform. Major factor. We were talking to Metal Eagle. He won this tournament, his club tournament. He tied for first in his club tournament. And in between rounds, a grandmaster, now he's a national master, a grandmaster was coaching him. And what was his grandmaster doing to coach him? Not telling him what openings to play, not telling him to get to the end game because you're better at the end game. No, his grandmaster was just building up his confidence, reminding him of how good he was, reminding him that he can compete at this level and that he should do well. And his grandmaster coach is like, I believe you're going to win the tournament. Go for it. You got this, right? Versus the other things you might think a coach would do for him. And that's a national master seeking someone to help them build their confidence. And so I need to do that for my chess students. I need to do it for my volleyball players. I need to focus on finding a way to build their confidence, because it's not enough to teach them the skills. And that's what I do. I work with my volleyball team, and I like to do analogies across platforms. So this is an analogy across volleyball to chess, right? I teach both. I do the same thing in volleyball as I do in chess. I identify your weaknesses, identify where you need to improve, and then I try to find sometimes creative ways to help you improve. I will try to find ways to make light bulbs go off so that you could see what you need to do different. Yeah, that's a good one, Abakate. Yes, Kate. I like that. Yes, part of it is going back and looking at my rating, looking at what I've done in the past, looking at the games I've won against stronger players, and say, you know what? I'm pretty good. Right, exactly. So I need to help my students do that. So where I do still need to help them with their skill set, I need to give them an honest assessment of where they are today. And I do that I do it, but I'm just thinking I need to do it more. Because another student of mine, Murph, I will tell him, no, you're a lot better than that person. You're a lot better than this person. And he'll be like, no, I don't think I go, yeah, you are. Trust me. I'm your teacher. I know how good you are. You're better than these. Right? Now, I also don't tell him that he's IM level or national master level. I don't tell him that. But I do give him an honest assessment of where he is. And I need to do that more and encourage them to get better and let them know as they get better. And part of that is looking at their wins as well as their losses. So one of the things I've done recently for the last couple of years coaching volleyball, which I then now am trying to do it when I coach and teach chess, is you catch your player doing something right. So coaches are notorious for strolling the sidelines of the volleyball match or any other sport and pointing out what they did wrong. I try not to do that anymore. I try to ask my players what happened. So I don't even say, what did you do? What did you do wrong? No, never. You never say, what did you do wrong? But what you do say is, what happened? So in other words, they shank. That means a really bad pass off their arm. It goes off to the side. I said, what happened? They go, I messed up. No. What happened? Why did the ball go over there? Oh, I didn't make a flat platform. Oh, okay, cool. I let them identify what they did wrong, and then they go, oh, I need to make a flat platform. I need to not turn my arm. Okay, got it. Now, when I first start teaching them, I'll show them that if they don't make a flat platform, right? You want to make a flat platform, not an angled, and you don't want one arm higher than the other. And when I teach them that, that's great. But then when they're playing in a game, I just want to ask them if they do something bad happen. What happened? Why couldn't you get to that? Not why didn't you get to that? Why couldn't you get to that? I was on my heels. Oh, okay. Now, hopefully they don't just go, yeah, I'm always on my heels and I'm going to keep being on my heels. Hopefully they say, oh, I need to be in the balls of my feet. I need to be leaning forward like Coach told me. Cool. And you could do the same thing in a chess game. Why'd you do that? Why do you think they broke through? Why do you think you're losing now? You know, right? You ask those Socratic questions so they can learn, and because if you can see your own errors, if you can see what's making you not play well, you'll do better. But at the same time, I need to catch them doing things right. Right? I have to tell them, oh, great hustle. You covered that spot well. Looks like you read that perfectly. Nice arm swing. But coach, you went out. Yeah, I know. But it was a great arm swing. Hey, just be a little bit more on top of it. You just need to jump a little sooner. You'll be fine because that was a great arm swing. You know, same thing. That was a great try. That was a nice sacrifice. That was a good combination. But I didn't win the game. Yeah, I know, because later on you blundered. But that was a great combination. You did it earlier and you got ahead and you were winning. That was a great job. So that's me coaching now. So part of this is I definitely want to help my students have more confidence. But I'm going to eat my own cooking first. So what else can you guys think of that you would need to do to build your confidence or build confidence for someone else? Now, part of my problem is since I realized that a lot of my rating drop is because I played games while I was streaming. And that's just, I was giving away points. Wow, that was scary. So I try now to play games online. When I'm streaming, I try to make them unrated, casual games. But then even when I do well, it doesn't help my rating because those are casual games. And I don't have time to play rated games off stream. I'm not playing chess right now, guys. I'm busy doing streaming, teaching, writing, coaching. Playing tennis when I can. So I'm not getting the opportunity to play chess. But again, I know I've been to 2229. I've been that high. I'm going to get to 2300. When? Probably after NaNoWriMo. So you say, what is NaNoWriMo? What are you talking about? Well, as you guys know, because I do talk about it, right? I do write. I am an author. I write books. All right, so there is a thing called the National November Writing Month event, whatever you want to call it, and it's NaNoWriMo. And as a writer, I talked my brother into doing it. Piano Ninja gonna do it partially. Wordy Girl is doing it. So it's something I was toying with doing this year. Now, do I need to? Not really, because like I said, right? This is like, this would be like saying, hey, why don't you do 100 puzzles a day? Do I need to? Sure. Would it help me? Sure. Do I have time and is it important to me right now? No, it's not. I have too many other things I'm trying to get done. So I'm already writing books. I am using this to kind of push me to write the sequel to The Time Warp King, but it's not critical for me to get this done. It's just not. So I have to be mature enough to say, what is important to me right now. And to be fair, getting my rating back up to 2229, 23, 2400 right now is not critical. It's not a critical thing I have to do right now. Okay, so I'm looking for you guys to give me ideas for how you would build your confidence. If you think of anything, please share it. I will add it to the list and then I will assess it later. I agree, Kate. Volleyball is awesome. Love watching it, love playing it. Love playing it more than watching it, but again, my knees. So I end up watching more than I play. I did find I could play in the sand still. I could play doubles and my knees don't hurt in sand for some reason. But I do like remembering, so I don't remember if I put that on here. Review, how about we call that review your past successes? I like that. Hey, Patrick, and you're getting a lesson on Friday. We're looking for how to build your confidence, Patrick. Looking for ways, how would you build your confidence? That's the key for today's lesson. And meantime, yes, watching volleyball doesn't help my confidence, but I enjoy it immensely. Yeah, I enjoy it immensely. So I work at a university, And I love the university that I work for. I fully love the university I work for. And so our team is not the greatest volleyball team right now. It's not. But I like watching them. And because I'm a homer, right? I like rooting for my team. So they had a streak of, I think, 4 wins in a row, 3 or 4 wins in a row, which was really good for them. But they also got some losses in here. So it's hard watching the losses because, you're rooting for your team. We have a new coach. But yeah, I like watching them. And when I watch them, I can analyze, and I don't just watch them to enjoy it, but I also watch them to see how they're doing things. And it's bad because I coach volleyball, so a lot of times I'm like thinking, oh, why'd you do that? Why don't you do this? You could do better. You could do different. I'm always thinking, oh, we need to change. Why aren't you doing this? I critique. It's like, I guess if you played football and you watch football, then you couldn't help but critique it. Especially, I think if you coached it, you'd find yourself critiquing it. So I find myself critiquing this. Another place that I find myself critiquing is chess personalities. Because I'll catch a stream every once in a while, and I will find myself critiquing them. And so I like this young woman, Anna Kramling. She's nice. She's personable. Her mom is a grandmaster, one of the strongest players. She was one of the strongest female players in the world. Pretty cool. And they all do these, right? They have this, I played Magnus Carlsen in the park. I got to play against him. And she was like, hey, say hi to Chet. And he says, no, but I'll say hi if I beat you. And, of course, he beat her. She's not much stronger than me. Not much stronger than me over the board. But then, the best way to calculate chess. She put out this video on the best way to calculate chess. And I got to tell you, yeah, I didn't like a lot of what she did. So this pawn, she talked about this pawn over here on h6, that she let it go there because, hey, it's not a big problem. It's okay. She can deal with it because she's blocked it. It's not moving forward anymore. And she's right. But she was talking about calculating, and I don't know where she was coming from with some of what she was talking about because it was weird stuff she was saying. Not weird, but I just felt incorrect, some of what she was saying about calculating. So there was a point specifically, see if I can find it, where she talked about the bishop and that she could have put the bishop on f6, or she could put it on c5 to attack the enemy queen. And she opted for right here, f6, for all these good reasons, right? But check it out, guys. Check it out. You tell me right here. Okay, let's go over this again. She says queen takes, right? This is what happened in the game. She's talking through it as she's playing the game. Hey, Daywin. All right, so right here, she makes this move very quickly, no calculating. She's supposed to be about how to calculate. But she goes through this whole thing, and she talks about the reason she went here was because this was a nicer long diagonal than going to here. She even says, I could have went here, but this diagonal isn't as good. Now, guys, tell me, do you see a reason that she shouldn't have gone to c5? So here she's explaining, see, this diagonal is better. I can attack the queen, and it's a nice long diagonal. Now, she says, I could have went over to c5, but that diagonal isn't as good. So I wanted to put the bishop on a better diagonal. Do you guys notice anything? Yeah, see right here, she's telling you, I could have went here. This was the other option. And she was like explaining why she picked the move she made. And the reason she gives, and feel free to go watch it, I don't mind. Like I said, she's a fun person to watch her stream. But the reason she gives is because it's a better diagonal. It's a longer diagonal. So what do you think? Why not put the bishop on c5? Just because this is a better diagonal? Or is it because if she put it on c5, she'd be mated? She never, ever mentioned that white was threatening checkmate. Not once. She never saw it all the way through. Now, that's okay. I miss stuff all the time. But this is a YouTube video. She has all the time in the world to go back and fix it. She can go back and talk about it. She can explain it. She can do it over. She can yeah. And she said calculate, but actually she didn't talk about calculating all. She talked about checks, captures, and attacks, about ways to think about the game, check, captures, and attacks. So I agree that you should use checks, captures, and attacks to look at your games, look at your moves. But why should you do those three things? You should do those three things, checks, captures, and attacks. By the way, that's all she did. I think there's three more. You should look for checks, captures, and attacks and threats of your opponent, which means to me, you need to look for their checks, captures, and attacks. All right, so that you have to look for both. You have to look for your checks, captures, and attacks, and you have to look for their checks, captures, and attacks, and then make your moves based. Now, can you do that in a 3-minute game like everybody likes to play? Not too much. Daewin, you play way too many fast games, man. I want to see you play a rapid game. I want to see you play a 10-minute game. I want to see you play a slower game, Daewin, so bad. But yeah, usually you're playing, but you know, you can get more games in. It's entertaining. I understand. And it's fun. I understand 3-0 is fun. 3-2 is what I'll live with for the moment. But I'd much rather everybody be playing 10-minute, 10 plus 5. I want you to not miss that this is a checkmate. I want you to see and to look for checks, captures, and attacks, and checks, captures, and attacks of your opponent for the purpose of identifying 2 if you can't get to 3. Start with 2 candidate moves. But I want you to find candidate moves, not just moving. It's what I do when I play. I'm just moving sometimes. And I know I'm just moving. And when I do that, I get so frustrated. I'll do it when I'm playing speed. I'll do it when I'm playing for fun. But I still don't like it. Part of me, it irks. And it's the equivalent of playing tennis and just slapping every ball as hard as I can without actually planning where I'm going to hit the ball to, trying to orchestrate a point. Oh, you came in because I dropped the ball short. You ran in. I'm going to lob it over your head. I'm going to put on an extra top spin to lob it so it stays in. That part of the game. I'm going to serve you out wide. Then the next time I'm going to serve you up the tee. The next time I'm going to serve you with a second serve so it's slower pace and you're out in front of the ball. All of that is thinking tennis. And you can do the same thing in volleyball. You could just serve as hard as you can and try to hit every ball as hard as you can. Or you can tip it, dink it, roll shot, tool the block. There's so many skills and techniques to use in every sport. But if you just play and you don't think and you don't use your brain, you're not playing as hard, right? You're not getting the most out of it. And so I do that in chess also. And I don't know how you do. Some people are good enough. Nakamura is one of those. Carlsen is another one. These super GMs can actually take a 3-minute game and they can think. They blunder too in those games, but not as much as we do by far, right? But they can actually think to a degree during those games. So here is Anna Kramling. Both her parents are grandmasters. And, you know, she's teaching us how to calculate, and she's missing a 1-move mate. Yeah. 10 minutes, no increments? Yeah, well, I prefer the increment. Why? Because so my question, Daewin, I like watching your stream, my friend. Oh, let's give you a shout out, by the way. Let's give you a shout out. So this is the new shout out from Twitch. And I think I can do, yeah, so I like watching your stream, Daewin. So I will tell, and it's not always appropriate for kids in the house, all right? So any of you guys that are young, it's not always appropriate, but he's fun. He's fun, and he's a good streamer. But I'll tell you something. When you play 10 minutes, my question is, how many of your games ends on a flag? Or or how many of your games that, even if they don't end on a flag, end because of terrible blunders and time pressure. So if you had a 10 plus 5 and you always know you had a 5-second increment, so you never have less than 5 seconds, you're still going to, you still can make blunders. You can still lose the game on time. You can still get flagged, but it's going to happen a lot less. And therefore, you'll play better chess, right? That's well said, Patrick. I should have said it that way. I apologize. No, you said it better than I did. Yeah, I know, and it's not and it's not as important. But we were just talking about how to build your confidence, Daywin. So how do you get confident? I've seen you berate yourself. I've seen you, say, I'm not playing well. I'm not. But at the same time, I think you have some healthy confidence. So, and yes, Patrick, that's why I like you as a student. That's why you're one of my favorite students, my friend. But seriously. And if you guys want lessons, by the way, Kate, anybody, you know how to get a lesson. I prefer that you review a book. And I have really short books out there. They're actually stories, Sherlock the Gnome stories. You can review one of those and get a lesson. But anyway, yeah. Yeah, it's hard to find better chess online, but you can. But it's hard to do it while you're streaming for sure. Right? It's really hard to do while you're streaming. Really hard to do while you're streaming. So, as an example, let's go. I was showing this the other day, Daywin. I was showing everybody. So I have all these 2,200 games. A lot of them are losses, but some of them are wins, right? And the wins, let's go look at against a 22-11. So I played the birds a ton, by the way. And now it's not the birds anymore, by the way. And like I said, part of this is confidence, right? A big part of this is confidence. And I will admit, I had a healthy level of confidence in myself and confidence that my opponents weren't that good. And what do I mean by that good? They were, a 2200 rapid, I'm not impressed with. And this guy was 2234. Not that he's bad, but I'm not impressed, right? So if we look at the beginning of this game, yeah, I know it's tough. That's why I need your help, Patrick. That's what we're talking about. Okay, so let's put that one in. Have a coach. And then the other one is have a playing partner, we'll call it. Because you said another player to talk to. Okay. I like those. Thank you. Good. So another one which Kate told us, which I'm doing right now, is review your past successes, right? Remember how you got to be as good as you are. So here we go. I'm just not impressed. Now he's playing a modern style. My man Metal Eagle would be happy. He's not fighting in the center. He's letting me build up a center. So I'm happy to develop my pieces to their best squares. But then he does this, right? Pretty committal. He says, I'm probably not going to castle kingside. That's pretty much foregone. And so I'm probably going to castle queenside now. I'm not going to castle kingside. And he doesn't want me to castle kingside, and he wants me to, so he can get an attack going. Okay? I still develop my pieces. And I talk about this all the time as far as playing smarter chess. So he pushed the pawn twice, and I'm like, where's he going to go? I don't know why he's still pushing this pawn. This is a 2200 rated player playing with 10 minutes on his clock. We're playing a 10 minute, and I think it's an increment. And I don't understand why you'd push that pawn twice. Reviewing your games and also just submitting to the process that when you do see mistakes, that when you identify them and understand why they are mistakes, you are learning and improving and should naturally bring more confidence. I like that too. I don't know how to write that as a short blurb of what you should do though. Oh, okay. So what we have so far, Patrick, to catch you up is you should have chances to compare to others, so you need to play games. Hey, Metal Eagle, talking about you. Is your ears burning? We're looking for ways to build confidence, and you told me that in your last tournament, right, you won, came in tied for first, that your coach spent time between games building your confidence. So how do you build your confidence? How did he build your confidence? How do you build your own confidence? That's our discussion for tonight. So great I would love to hear your ideas too. So, let me give a shout out to Metal Eagle, but we have a special shout out for Metal Eagle because he does mostly YouTube. Anyway, so yeah, again, did I have confidence? Yes. By the way, one of the things I've started doing, I just tried it out. I think it's good, is I'm playing with Zen mode. So I would not know what my rating of my opponent is. I've only seen it bother me, be a bad thing once. I was playing a 1600 the other day in a tournament, and I let him get a perpetual check, a draw. And he took it right away because I was like 400 points higher rated than him. So he said, I'll take the draw. If I knew he was 1600, I might not have allowed it. I might have realized that he would go for the draw, and I wouldn't have left it there as a possibility. But if you're playing to win, I should never leave those possibilities. But again, if they were 2500, I wouldn't mind leaving them the possibility to force a draw, right? But if he's 1600, I don't want to leave the possibility to let him force a draw. So that was one place that the Zen mode hurt. It wasn't that I played him just like I would anybody. But again, if I knew he was lower rated to that degree, I might have, I do not know this, I might have looked harder to make sure that I wasn't allowing a perpetual check. Yeah, but how do you prepare mentally, and how does that give you confidence, right? So maybe like say something like meditation, okay, preparing mentally. I can see that, but that's easy to say, but still, how do you get the So when you go play in a over the board match, you get very nervous. You're nervous. You shake. You're nervous. You get right. But you watch Magnus Carlsen play. I'm sure he has some amount of nerves. I mean, he picks up a piece and will play with it. The pieces he takes off. But he does not get I can't believe he's as nervous as I am when I play. And why? Because I believe it's because he has an extreme high level of confidence in his abilities to perform. The same way, if I'm playing one-on-one tennis, I can be nervous. If I'm confident that I'm better than my opponent, if I'm confident, or just, I don't even have to, if I think I'm better than my opponent, I might be overconfident, but it is easier to play. You relax more. But even when I'm not, if I'm confident in my own skill set and I'm doing my skills well, I don't even mind losing because that means that the person was better than me that day. But my confidence comes from believing, or again, self-assessment, knowing my abilities and knowing that I'm doing the right thing. So knowing that I'm doing it right, knowing that I'm thinking through my moves, right? So here I have 948. My opponent has 949. We've used the same amount of time basically. I used 8 seconds plus the increment. I'm going to guess this was 10 plus 5. I'm guessing. So I didn't spend a lot of time, but I liked blocking the knight, the queen. And I think I was thinking, even if he pushes here and weakens up his position, I'm going to come here, protecting that square and overprotecting a lot of stuff. And so I was okay with it. So again, I moved a piece twice in the opening, so he moved a piece twice in the opening. He is threatening to trade off my bishop. Okay, I don't care. I castled into this. Why? Because again, if he pushes, I don't think it's going anywhere. I can block it up. Granted, that could be dangerous later. This is dangerous. But again, I didn't have a lot of fear going into this game. I really didn't have a lot of fear. So he trades off my bishop. And now I say, let's open up the file. And sure enough, he's trying to castle queenside. Right? Totally expected. And before he gets to, we get to do this and chase the knight. Why not? I mean, think about it, right? We get to simplify. We get to, first of all, do a pawn break. Happy for the pawn break because now the game is, and it's probably puzzle-worthy time. In fact, one of my criteria for puzzle worthy is right here. I am contemplating offering a pawn break. So your coach was telling mainly these two concepts for confidence. Do not psych myself out and aim to play a good game and not just getting my opponent out of his opening prep. Like it. So that might be back to what Patrick was talking about, was your mental state, right? Your way of thinking, your thinking process. I like that. Yeah, that's what Patrick, I think, was talking about. So aiming to play a good game, right? Play your best game. And that's what Zen mode kind of gets me into the mode of doing, because I don't look at, oh, you're 2,300 and tighten up. But like I said, the bad part is, oh, you're 1,600. I don't get the benefit. I don't get the benefit of feeling high confidence that I know I should beat this player, that he's going to make mistakes, that I could just make it complicated. So I don't want to just make it complicated against a 2,400 rated player. I need to outplay them, not just make it complicated. You do play different strength players differently. If you're playing a 2,000 and below, you can wait, patient, make the game more complicated. They're going to make a mistake. If you're playing a 24, 2,500, I'm going to assume at illegal. I'm going to assume that I don't want to just sit back and complicate it, because they might see it better than me. Might. I might want to make sure that I'm playing solid, but maybe it's the same for everybody. We'll see. I'm experimenting with using Zen mode. My good friend Sudaku suggested it. I knew what it was, but I hadn't done it in a long time. And so I started doing Zen mode, and I'm enjoying it. All right, so anyway, offer a pawn break. I get the pawn break. Then I get to chase the knight. And by the way, this was just clean, clear tactics, right? I mean, this is just basic tactics. I'm threatening to win a pawn and put a rook on the 7th. Now, I still have the bishop to develop. I still have the queen to develop. My knight is not well developed. So, granted, I'm only playing with these two pieces. But I'm creating pressures. And how did all this happen? Well, partly that he did not compete in the center. And with this move, right, he's giving me a target. This knight is now a target. So this is first, let me clear the lane. Now he could have pushed. And then that pawn would be sitting there stuck, right? That might be the better move. Just push and make my pieces look a little stupid. But he didn't. He was rushing the castle. And so we got the pawn break we wanted, and then we got the e5 square we wanted. No complaints out of us. We got the e5 square. And he throws in a check to try to save the knight, right? Because he's got to move the queen first. And so he finds a check, and we find a way to block the check, right? And attack the queen. If he castles now to put another piece on it, that's still only 2 attacking. We have 2 defending, and we get to win a free knight. So he attacks, right? He says, I still got tricks. I got tactics. But notice these are one-move attacks, right? It's like here, it's like you missed already. And this is what I find I love endgames, because in endgames, and we've talked about it, right? Many endgames, especially king and pawn endgames, you can have 5 or 6 options with your king. One of them wins the game or draws the game. Every other choice loses. You could draw with this move, win with this move, one or the other sometimes. But usually every other move you could make loses, and they all look feasible. They all look fine, but only one of them works. So here's an example to a degree that he could have pushed the pawn. I think that would have solved his problems, right? Pushing the pawn would have been nice, would have blocked it up. He could castle queenside. He could still get the bishop out here. And then he can, look to do his own pawn breaks, have both rooks over here eventually. He's already got this deep pawn. This is all feasible. He can get the knight here maybe if he wants at some point. Right? I mean, he's got options. But he made a mistake. Which also tells you, was my move any good? Because then he could just block it up. Was my move any good? Maybe I'm going to follow it up with that. I don't know. I don't know. This is the only thing holding on to that, and it's attacked twice. So I don't think we could push there after this. All right, we just drop a piece, our pawn. So, you know, we're probably looking at putting the knight back. We're looking at getting the bishop out. We might looking at doing it our own pawn storm because we know he's castling this side. This pawn will be hanging if he castles, depending. Right, if he gets his queen out, depending. Okay. But yeah, this is probably not a great move. I don't know what the computer says. I'm not looking at the computer yet. Because I'm not worried about just finding good and bad moves. I'm trying to think about my mental state, as you say. My confidence level. So the good news is here, I did see all this. Chase the queen, and yep, he gets an attack. But guess what? We get an attack. It's protected. It's protected. We still got this pawn hanging. And he still has to move. So he drops back, keeping this threat on so that knight can't move, right? If that knight goes away, he's figuring, I get this. But right now, he dropped the knight. That's a full knight, guys. So we get our full knight, and now our knight says, well, I got to move. Well, he could go here and stop the mate. That'd be one move. He could come here, and what else do we have? That's about it. Okay. So we just come back here, stopping the mate threats. But now you're looking at possibilities like this. But, you know, this does not work because we have way too many pieces to worry about the fact that the pawn will be pinned. All right, so he does get his castling in. And now should be a puzzle-worthy moment. Why should this be a puzzle-worthy moment? He's got alignment, but he's one move away from being fully developed. We're 2 moves away from being fully developed. We have an advantage. We're up a whole piece. So I think of this as a puzzle-worthy moment. If nothing else, your opponent's 1 move away from being fully developed, and you're at a point where you gotta make good moves, right? So I like this. Just shore up the pawn, right? Shore up the pawn, and he should do what he did, which is start to break open the center because I can't take, guys. So this looks a lot like what I did to him, right? I can't take. But I can push, and then we could trade stuff, but his queen is in front, right? Right? But then he gets to move here. It's going to be interesting. I don't remember what happened. I did push. Because, again, I didn't feel like I had too many choices. So I push. He uses the bishop. So, you know, this is one of the times I would think if you use the queen, what do I do? I can't put the knight in front of the king. If I put anything else in front, you just take off the knight and you got back your piece. I mean, you just got back your piece. Right? I mean, this seems simple. Here, I'm going to lose a pawn. I probably should have just dropped the knight to here. And if he takes, you take back with the knight and you're good. I would have lost a pawn. And if I go here and he pushes, okay, I guess I have to move again and try to attack it. If he pushes one more time to again reveal the checkmate threat, then, you know, you get to come back. So I overreacted, right? I'm like, hey, I'm going to lose a pawn, maybe. I'm not even necessarily going to have to lose a pawn. So maybe I should just move my knight, right? No, I don't move my knight. I do this move, leaving the piece in pre. And we've talked about this many times. So another reason this one's a puzzle-worthy moment is I'm considering my piece is under attack, and I'm considering attacking something of equal or greater value instead of dealing with this attack directly. That should always be a puzzle-worthy moment. And I don't know why he wouldn't just say, give me that check, give me that knight back. This pawn is now attacked 3 times. I think he's doing fine at that point. Now he has triple pawns, and I'm going to snatch one of them back, but I think he's doing fine. No, he uses the bishop. He uses the bishop. We have no choice. We move away. Now his queen is still under attack. My knight's still under, but his queen is still under attack. So now he can't, right? Now he has to do something else, which means now I can save my knight if I want. I don't remember what I did. I think I should just keep playing Chase the Queen personally. Nope. I said, let's do a queen trade because the queen is unprotected. And if you take, my knight gets to come back. So yes, it's under attack. And again, I have a piece under attack and I'm attacking something of equal or greater value. But this time I think it's correct because I don't see any way that he could do both. So I still end up losing that pawn, which that's again, why did I do all those risky things? Why did I leave my knight hanging if I was going to lose the pawn anyway? That's my point about you have to know when to attack something of equal or greater value. All right, so then the game goes on. By the way, watching the 960 championships, you know, it stands out that this pawn, not being on its starting rank, is now, right now it's a weakness, a big weakness. That bishop is going to be happy to be there and cause me troubles for the rest of my life. Yeah, that's not good. So the bishop goes back first. I bring out my bishop and he does plop the bishop very smartly, very rightly, right here where he's annoying and right. And yeah, backward pawn and a pin. So I get out of the pin, but that's all I'm going to do at first. He attacks both the bishop and the pawn. Now the knight holds the pawn, but he is attacking the bishop unprotected. Bishop moves, all right. And the pawn marches on. The pawn marches on. I don't think I'm worried about him taking because we get to take back and then protect the knight, but I do have to be careful because of that check. And then what, you know, oh, we got things like, in fact, that's what happens. Basically, that's what happens. So I put a new protector on the pawn so my knight doesn't have to do it. By the way, gave him that pawn, said take it, go ahead. I gave up that pawn. I remember this at the time. I was like, yep, I can't stop you. I can't protect everything. I'm going to give you that pawn, which he probably should have taken because that's just one more pawn. But he doesn't take that pawn still. And I get to, oh, I was thinking I would have went there, but no, I protect the knight. All right, well, I guess I need to protect the knight because it's attacked twice. Yeah, it's attacked twice, and it's pinned. Whoa. Sorry about that. Oh my gosh, what did I do? No, where's that game? Okay. Wow, where did that game get off to? Oh my goodness, sorry guys. Wow, that was really bad. Okay, so again, 2200, I'm not scared, but I get into not a very good position. But luckily, I'm forced to keep finding moves. I really don't have any choice. I had to find moves. You know, it's all forced. It's all forced. I don't know why he gave away a pawn. I think that was just a blunder, right? Right here, this is just a blunder. It's like, wait, you have two pieces on me. You can't get the bishop there. It's just, you know, and can't get the bishop there. That would have been nice too. And now he's threatening to get the bishop there, but my bishop can go there, so it's not really going to work. But we just use the knight, protect the square. Oh, he finally takes that pawn. And maybe this was why I wasn't worried about it, because it was a poison pawn. Right? Probably why I wasn't worried about it. Knights protect knights. And yeah, and so this, I remember this game. We did go over this game recently. So, but it's, again, this one is kind of like knowing the end game better than your opponent, even though I know I did not make all the best moves here. I dropped that pawn for a reason I don't know, but I'm up a whole piece. Yeah, I'm up a whole piece. And we checkmate him. All right, but anyway, the point is, looking at games where you beat people that are higher rated than you is a good thing. It can build your confidence, right? It can build your confidence. All right? I think analyzing games can also help you build your confidence, but I think that's actually tied to self-assessment, right? If you analyze your games, let's computer analyze your games. By the way, that's another thing I've seen people do, Daywin included. I've seen when they'll play a game and say, oh, let me go analyze it. And they throw up the analysis. I saw John Bartholomew, an IM that I have a lot of respect for. as a player. I think he's a great player, and I love listening to him, and I love how he analyzes what he does. But he was playing viewers first of all, so he was way high. He was like 2678, and he's playing 3-minute chess against like 2000s and 1900s, and yeah, so he's a lot higher rated than his opponents. But after every game, he would like throw on the computer and see, oh, let me see if that move I made was best, and let me see if that move I made what was I thought it was a good move, but now I'm thinking it might have been, a dubious try. So he throws on the computer immediately, does the analysis, and looks at those couple of moves to see if those moves were any good. Okay, I really think you should analyze your games yourself. I think you should analyze your games using your brain first, figuring it out, seeing what's going on. Then feel free to look at the computer, not for moves, but if you want to look at the evaluation bar and look for where it jumps and see if you agreed, right? So if it jumps where you're, okay, let's just do it real quick. No other way to explain it but to do it. So I want to do here is I want to turn on the evaluation bar. So there's the evaluation bar, and let's go to lecture mode. So now I can see the evaluation bar. I don't need to see the moves. I'll hide the moves for myself. And so based on the evaluation bar, like, oh, I have a slight edge because I'm going first. But it says this was a bad move. Now, I do have best move arrow on. Let's leave it on for the moment. It really doesn't matter. What I want to look at is the bar. And what I want to know is, when I think my opponent made a blunder, does the computer agree that it was a blunder? So far, black has a slight edge through all of this. Actually, and the fun part of putting on the arrows is you get to see if you made the move the computer says was the best move, right? That's kind of a fun part. All right. Now you notice he didn't castle, although the computer said he should. Still doesn't castle. I like that. So here's looking at the best arrow is kind of fun. Oh, so this is a playable move, huh? Okay, that's a move I might want to make sometime in the future. Keep that in mind. But if you notice, it's already changed his favorite. It changed his best move from here to here and now to here. It's like it can't make up its mind. Yeah. Okay. So anyway, you make the moves you want to make. You don't worry about this. Again, though, for finding possible moves in your openings, it's not bad. But notice, please, that right now we're dead even now. I've gotten it back to dead even. And now white is just slightly better. And white, it likes this rook left to come over here and be mean. And so this is something for me to consider, because I get into this almost exact position more often than I would like to admit. I think I get into this position a lot. And so, this is one of those you could say, well, let's just see what the best arrow says and see how it would say that you should play this. It says you take. Oh, and look at this. And I'm just going to play out a few more moves. He says go away. And he says, let's go. Let's attack. You can take, he can take, which was interesting. I don't know why the hesitation. And, sorry, that was not what it said to do. It said take, so therefore he protects here, gives back the knight, and wow, we get crazy stuff. And I think that's probably enough for the moment. Yeah, so that would be how of course, you're both not going to play all those great moves, right? All right, let's get it back to what actually happened in the game. And again, why? I just want to see the bar. I want to see if my moves are horrible or not. So here, that says that's a bad move for black. That was a bad move for black, but not by a lot. Look, it's probably a half a point. It's only like a half a point. So yeah, it's still equal. Still fine. I'm finding good. I like it when I find the best moves. I'll give myself that. It does feel good. Again, confidence would be looking at this and going, wow, you were making a lot of the best moves. You were finding the best moves. By the way, I didn't find that move. Look at that one. Okay, now I got to see what this one is. Oh, well, the queen is not, it's an unprotected piece, but I got to see what this combination is. Woohoo! Okay, get the exchange opportunity, but I would have thought this was coming next, but this hangs. Okay, so I can't because this just hangs, and you could take with check, but yeah. So we're trying to keep the king and then he does just give it up, and we still don't take here. I would have thought we took there, but we still don't take there. And then we bring another piece into the game. And the question is, wow, how is this good for... And white's winning. Because, you know, he's got what? He's got 2 pieces for the rook. But we do have 2 powerful pawns, it looks like. This is winning for... White is winning, like, convincingly. I mean, look at the bar. See, this is where I learn. This is where I need to look this over and go, okay, wow. I would not normally think I would go for this because I'm down 2 pieces for the rook. I'm at 2 pieces for the rook, but the computer says you're killing it. The computer says you are killing it. Now you take on Passant, that makes sense. Don't want to let you push that pawn and create all that havoc. Oh my god. Okay, now we're going to give up another rook. Okay, we gave up another rook, guys. What is this? What is this? We gave up another rook. And for some reason taking here is bad. For some reason taking there is bad. If you take, we take, you take, what? Check. He pops up, and so what? Then the bishop goes somewhere? And how is this? Oh, we do have 2 passed pawns. And we'd have a rook and a bishop. But we'd have a rook and a bishop against a rook, a bishop, and a knight. I mean, you have a whole piece. Really? Really? Let's watch. There's the first killer blow. There's the first killer blow I didn't even notice. Now you just lose a piece. Okay. Didn't even see that. That's beautiful. That's beautiful. But yeah, it's still amazing to me that this is win. Okay, good. See, that makes more sense to me. How's this? Oh no. Yeah. Oh man. So really, that's the best move when this piece is attacked twice? Like, why not here? Because you know what? You could just take. Because if he takes, you could just go here. Oh man, that's painful. Now it's like, why can't the queen take? Because you take here and then you say mate next. Oh man. Oh wow. Okay. So again, you want the computer to help you sometimes. I really do. So yeah, I did not even contemplate taking there. Of course, right? I didn't even look at that. I didn't even look at that. Okay, notice this. This was the last game I showed you with the queen over here. We had the same situation, both knights. These 2 knights seem to get there. That's 2 games now that I won against strong players. Both my knights were in the same kind of situation. All right, trying to get that knight out of there so I can mate. He makes the right move. We take with check anyway because, right? I mean, I think that's a great move. I mean, look, that's a good move. The best move he's got is there. And so he did the best move, and we still get the check, and he can't take. Can he? He did take. Oh, but it said you can't take. And sure enough, all the right moves. And this is a silly move because it's mate. I don't even know why that's your best move. That's where the computer gets really weird, right? Yeah, but there you go. Look at that. If you look over the last, starting at this point here, when he makes the mistake of bringing the rook over to protect the pawn, because we had two knights attacking the pawn. From this point forward, I did best move, best move, best move, best move, best move. That's pretty good. That's what, 5 best moves in a row. Now, it is puzzle worthy, right? This is pretty much a puzzle worthy moment because I've got 1, 2, 3, 4 pieces ready to attack the king side, and he's only got really 1 piece hanging around to protect. His queen is in the area. The bishop is not really there. The bishop is out of the game. So he's got 2 bishops biting on pawns. So the bishops are out of the game. And his king is pretty much by his lone self. This again, building confidence. I can look at this game and go, that's nice. That's nice. And then I found the best moves. All right? So I'm winning here convincingly. I'm winning here convincingly. So where did it start? That move, interestingly enough, think about it. That move was a big difference maker for white. And would I have known that, right? Would I have known that this is a big difference maker? Now, I did find this move, and then I found the rest of the moves. So I'd say I did pretty well. This says you should give away the bishop, and then give away nothing here, but trade down. And this is supposed to be the best for white, which he's still down a whole piece. We can't just take. Queen takes. So we chase the queen. He gets a check. We chase the queen again. He goes back. Now you would think you could take the pawn. But, ooh, look at that. So white is still winning convincingly, by the way. White is still convincingly. I wonder, I'm just curious if he would have said, that's a 3-move repetition. So why in the world would you do a 3-move repetition? Makes no sense to me. None whatsoever. Obviously, this would be better than doing a 3-move repetition. So the problem here is if you take here, we get check. Do we get a mate? I don't know, but I think this rook coming over here would be pretty bad. You could take here, though. Interestingly, it says that's the best move. So, you know we got to check it, right? All right, so far we gave away, and he says you better take. Which, with this pawn trying to come down, I can see that. He still doesn't push the pawn yet. Because I would think if you push the pawn, he's got to take. Because coming over with the king doesn't work. So if you push the pawn, you got to take. The rook could take. But you're still down a knight and a queen against 2 rooks. Yeah. And you still have this check. So you go here first. I still get that check in first. I can even get another check in. I can go here. I can't let you queen though. Anyway. Yeah, this game by itself, it feels like a one that really I should spend some time on. Not only because I won, but because it gives me some definite insights on how to play it differently in the future. Right? How can I play that better in the future? I'm thinking that's a good one to look at. Here's one I won against a 23-41. 23-41 playing my French and playing the exchange variation. Who wins the exchange variation? Everyone tells you it's boring chess. You shouldn't, it should be, draw city. Again, looking for ideas in how to play the French. It's nice when you see, oh, okay, I can go here, maybe here. But, he keeps coming back to what I did anyway. And white was supposed to take, and now black is supposed to take. That's very, very educational, too. He should have just taken, computer says. We take now. Now I take. I wonder if that said I should. Wow. Because that fine during the game I was proud of. Again, right? Playing chess. Actually focusing and thinking through your moves. I thought I could take that. I have a nice pawn chain. He'd have an isolated queen pawn. I'd have a new square for pieces. I actually thought that out. And look at how many right moves I'm making. I didn't even know this. I'm just looking now for the first time. I should have. It says I should have taken. I didn't like taking because I thought, he's still going to just simplify. So again, let's just learn. And, oh, really? Yeah. I don't know if I'm overly excited about this. I don't know if I would, one, find this anyway, and two, I don't know that I'd want to play this. I don't know that I'd want to play that. So I think I would stick with what I did. And he took I knew he took wrong. See, I knew he should take here because then I probably would have taken here. And the idea is that at some point he's going to be able to take here. And I didn't want, so maybe I would take back with the bishop. And if he takes, I could take back with the queen. I want to keep this pawn isolated so that I can target it. And if he had taken the knight, then I couldn't keep a knight here. I could not have kept a knight there, but now I get to keep a knight there. Yeah, so here, smart. Go here because we know he's setting up for this. And why stay here? So I like this diagonal better. I think it would have been better. So again, something to learn from, right? Something to say, okay, I'm going to learn. I don't like this move afterwards. I thought about it. I was trying to restrict the queen. Right, just stop. But I mean, it's not like I don't know why. I don't think that. I don't like that. It's just I gave him a target, but maybe it's because I wasn't sure what to do, and I said, "Oh, I'll restrict him a little bit and give myself a new out." Maybe just a queen move. Maybe get this rook in the game. This rook is the one that's not in the game. So I had one piece not in the game. Oh, I also might have wanted to get over here. Okay, I might have liked that. Again. I'm looking that I want these to be able to stay in the center. So interesting here, maybe looking at that, or maybe just looking to switch those two out is my guess. That is not the best move, and he didn't find the best move. And this is a 23-41. 23-41 should have attacked, right? Stack attack with the rooks. He didn't find it. Okay. Does this move instead. Oh, by the way, at this point, white is winning. At this point, we're back to equal. Now, I did not find this move. I know I didn't make... there's no way I would have found that. I don't even know what that move is doing now when I'm looking at it now. So I don't even know the purpose of it now, except for maybe I don't know. I don't get it. So I definitely wouldn't have found it. I went with the bishop, which was one of the best moves, right? The rook here, I think, would have been more annoying, but yeah, bishop there was fine. And guess what? He's going to get to the point where he could trade off my knight, and so I'm not going to have he's going to be able to keep. And so now, if he takes here, I almost have to take back with the knight if I don't want him to mess up my pawn, my beautiful structure. Don't know what that was. Bishop should have taken knight. I was worried he would. Should have made Luft for myself, did not. And instead I protect with the rook so I don't have to take with the knight, but still he could just take here when he's ready. So it's not going to work. Make Luft finally, and I should have stepped into the Luft. I don't know what this move does. I guess get out of this or protect the... I don't know what that move does. All right, we take for sure. He takes with the bishop, and the computer was saying take with the pawn? No, okay. Bishop came out stronger later. And here, I did the thing of moving it here to restrict the queen. Why didn't I do it here to restrict the bishop? I could have restricted the bishop and then pushed the other pawn, and that bishop would have been out of the game for X number of moves. Did not see it until later. Attack the rook here. Win a pawn. Now I still don't see it. Wow, I still had it. He takes, I guess I could take here. He has to take back, and then you take the bishop. Yeah. And we'd be equal. I don't know if that's good enough, but I didn't see it. He could have come after my rook. He definitely could come after the rook. Yes, because if I take, he takes. I take, he takes, and he has a bishop and a rook, right? Is that right? Let's see. he comes here and I take that, he takes. Yeah, he would just win the rook. I can't take. Or I could take. He takes here, and then I have to move my other rook. Ugh. I would not have liked that. So interestingly enough, he says attack that rook. Wow. Yeah, I think I'm losing though. Oh, look at this swing. Wow. When did that swing happen? Right here. Look at this. This is a bad move. He went from white winning, convincing, white was way ahead, to now black is way, way ahead. Wow. Wow. And I found the best move. And black is way ahead in this position, and I'm still not sure why. And black is way, I got to see what happens if you do what it wanted you to do. Okay, 2 knights, but 3 pawns versus 1. Okay, that's simple. That's why we're way ahead. Because he gave away the opportunity. This was a blunder. I should have blocked. He could have taken. We take with the rook. He could take. And this is totally equal right now, by the way. So that was totally equal. But what I did was a blunder. White is winning, but he needs to do this move. Yeah, it's like, where do you want to go? Because either way you go, you're going to lose that one. Feels like it. So let's say you go there. Ah, oh, look at that. And he says the best is to do that. Just go down. Yep. Just go down the exchange. Just be down the exchange, and we're losing. Okay. Losing. Wow. All with this bishop move. And then that bishop move. Amazing. You would have thought he could have just went there right off the bat. Why go here? How does my rook here better make it better for him than if my rook was here? I don't know. Okay, but anyway, what he didn't know that, and he made this blunderful move, and I found the best move, and then I didn't find the best move. Oh, I did? I did not find that move, did I? Now I gotta check. Knight to f4. I did find this move. Oh, good on me. Good on me. I didn't know I found that move. And he should have taken. And he'd still be down 3 pawns. And here's where I said I would have closed them off. By the way, at this point, before I moved, he resigned. Yeah, he resigned here. Anyway, so again, seeing games, seeing how well you played, seeing how many times you found the right moves, seeing what your centi pawn loss is, can all build your confidence, especially if they're getting better over time. Any questions? Any thoughts? Any other ideas about how to build your confidence? So review your past successes, have a coach, have a playing partner, meditation, knowing that you're doing it right, I think is a big one. That's back to the self-assessment, right? I think that's a big part of it. I think the self-assessment's a big part of it. Self-assess, know when you're doing things right, feel good about your game. All right, guys. I'm feeling good about that. Thank you. Thank you for the journey with me on trying to figure that out. All right. I've got open time then. What do you guys want to do? Yeah, pattern recognition is a good way to learn to play better. I don't know how much it helps you with your confidence. Okay, so puzzles, pattern. I think you could definitely gain confidence. No, I don't, Sudakus. I guess Metal Eagle is about the closest thing I have to a coach. I haven't hired him. I don't pay him. We just stream together once every other week. But I definitely try to learn from him. Yeah, I try to learn from him. Yeah, I don't know if that counts as a coach or a teacher or just a playing partner. We don't play each other. We should. I should play you, Metal Eagle, more than I do. I should play you. I go out and look for games every once in a while. So once in a while, I'll be on stream. I'm sorry. I'll be online looking to kill brain cells, right? Something to do. And I'll say, oh, look, like Kate's online. I know Kate. And I might challenge Kate. Now, Kate, to be fair, I would play casual, right? Because I'd want to play her so I can help her learn, not to beat her or anything. You found game day foods to eat for chess tournaments. Nice. Nice. Maybe you're my chess coach, Sudakus. I get some of my best tips and ideas from you. Maybe you're my chess coach. So here's a game that Kate is playing right now. Abba Kate. So it might not be a female. I'm just saying Kate because it's easier. Hey, Amy Michelle, how are you? I definitely think playing slower games, gigantic, not for confidence per se, but for playing better chess. I preach that all the time. In fact, I tell all my students they are totally allowed to play blitz and bullet if they like, but it's not chess. And if they want me to review a game they play, I do not review bullet and blitz. Sometimes they trick me and say, oh, look at this game, and I don't realize what the time was, especially if they put it into a study. But they know that I do not want to review bullet or blitz. I don't consider those chess. And they know it, but sometimes they still, throw it at me anyway. So yeah, definitely playing slower games is way better. Playing every day, of course, has got to be good for you. Again, I don't know if that's great for your confidence, but you need to play chess to get better. You can't get better without playing. You got to play. There's no way around that. You need to play games to get better. I know. We're watching it. We're watching it. That's why I'm not giving any suggestions. I agree, Baxter. There you are, my friend. How are you doing? Yes. Taking breaks is also very good. Now, I've been on a break from serious chess for way too long, but yes, taking breaks is a good thing. Taking breaks is a good thing. You need to take breaks occasionally. Yeah, so better would have been just to take the free candy. That was just free offered candy. End up taking it anyway, right? Doesn't matter. That's true. You get it anyway. So I guess I shouldn't complain. Yeah, I kind of like keeping them. So the question was, really, do you want the pawn here? Or do you want your king here? That's really what it came down to. Do you want your king here, or do you want the pawn there? That's right. So if you took first, and then they take, then you take, then the pawn is still here. And the question, that's a simple question. Where do you want that pawn? Which square do you like that pawn at better? Right? That's all you have to really answer in that one. If that comes over, you get these things. So yeah, it could be bad. But anyway, I agree though, Baxterus. Hey, so you know. Oh, what is this? Foods to eat? Let's go check out the foods to eat. The Game Day Chess Nutrition Guide. Look at you. By the way, I do have blogs also. If you guys have never seen my blogs, I would love it if you go out and check out my blogs when you get a chance. Let's see. There we go. My latest blog post was Good Thinks come in threes. Check them out. I have one on chess.com versus Lichess. I got to do that one yet. I did have one I thought on confidence. Yep, confidence is key right here. Hey, thanks for the follow. Appreciate it. It's always funny when I get a follow, but the person isn't showing up in the chat yet, and I wanted to use the @ symbol, but I can't do it. Anyway, so had confidence is key. So now I could do another one on, right? So I could do another one on how to grow your confidence. proper watering and feeding is essential. All right, and so, oh wait, I can actually, let's just copy in our points that we had, because you guys helped me with that. We'll just paste that in for later. So, you know, talk about, like I said, you know, I have all these writing things I'm doing, and here's some more. So that's interesting. I put it in as a table. Let's do it as plain text, because I don't know what I want to do with that. And this will be chess for sure. And I'll worry about more later. And you got to find the one move mate to save your draft. And there we go. Now I have a draft for later. All right, so the Game Day Chess Nutrition Guide. Look at this. Sudoku's finding stuff. I'm not really worried about this yet, but okay. Eat your way to 2800. Grasp the basics of fueling for chess and what to do on a day of over the board. Nice. This photo is of the Rogues esports team. What a splendid display of professionalism. Very few packaged snacks, in-house made burritos, yogurts with fresh fruits and salads with chicken, nuts, and bananas. The players are taken care of. There you go. I don't care how many times the claim is repeated or who says it. Chess doesn't burn 6,000 calories per day. I will die on this hill. Okay. Nice. Wow. Nutrition and cognition, definitely. Looks like a good read. Let's put. You already put it in the chat, guys. Go check it out when you want. I think it's worth a read. I'm gonna look at it later. Yeah, that's a good one. Thank you. See, I told you, Sudoku is like my coach. He finds me stuff. Yes, the game is hard, Kate. Yes, your rating is actually 600. Well, why does it say 1570 question mark? What do you mean your oh, you mean over the board rating is 600? No worries. I have a lot of students you'd enjoy playing if you're not already one of my students. Are you one of my students? Because I notice I'm already following you. So you must be one of my students. Right? You take a class with Epiphany or me? You must be one of my students. Either current or a past student, because I don't know why else I'd be following. I don't know. All right, guys, so let's see. We have, oh, there's Flavio, but he's not here visiting us. Oh, Josue lives. Haven't seen him for a while. Yeah, you don't remember if you've taken real life chess class? Either online or in person, you would remember. Josue is only a 1501. I don't know. What is he playing? Oh, 1-0 Bullet. I hate watching Bullet. Okay, especially when you're not like, you have to be at least Hikaru Nakamura for me to watch you play Bullet. All right, Baxterish is playing 10+5. Good man. Baxterish is doing it right. Oh yeah, then no, you weren't one of my students. Maybe you just came to my chat or something, or you joined the stream team. I don't know. Or you joined one of my tournaments. I don't know. Because I have you listed though. You're one of my friends online, so. But Baxterish is doing it right. He's playing 10+5. That's what we like to see. Your mouse is broken? That's gotta be bad news. And you mouse slipped on the castle? No wonder you have. It looks like you have a 960 game going on. Yeah, it's gonna hurt your chances to win. I think you still got. I think you got this though. You got this, man. You could do it. You could do it. Find the moves. I see good moves all over the place. You got this. You got this. You don't need. Who needs the stinking castle? You're good. You got it. You're gonna have to use the trackpad or the mouse pad or something because your mouse is broken. Yeah, mouse slips happen. I try to use the click method, so I turned off the drag and drop. I can no longer drag and drop. I can no longer drag and drop. I think it works better that way. Does anybody want to play a quick game before I end the night? I don't even see Metal Eagle. He's not on Lichess right now. I wouldn't mind playing a game or two. I don't get to always play, so. No, no, no games. Okay, we don't have to. Amy says, see, Amy thinks you're winning. Don't tell them how to play it though. That's unfair. No cheating. This is a rated game. That's the other thing I highly recommend is when you do play, play rated. Unless you're streaming. Unless you're streaming, play casual. But if you're not streaming, play rated because that way you could see the difference. Like you saw, unfortunately for me, my rating dropped from 2229 to 2000. So now I got to work to get it back up there. I thought you already were playing a game, Kate. But yeah, we could play an unrated game. Okay, Patrick, I can. Yeah, somebody send me a challenge. Whoever challenges me first, we'll just play a game, and we'll walk through it while we play it. So hopefully it's educational. You don't have to know any openings, Amy. You don't have to know any openings. I don't care. It's going to be casual anyway, so whatever you enjoy. Just don't make it like a half an hour because I'm not going to be streaming that much longer. We could do a tournament, but again, I'm not going to be streaming that much longer, so I don't want to do a tournament. I've got to get to writing. I got to do NaNoWriMo, and I know I don't have a lot of words. Let me see how many words I do have. Now, you see, you guys make me curious. Let me see how many words I have real quick. Let me check my priority. NaNoWriMo. I even called it NaNoWriMo. Now let's just do a quick word count. Tools, word count. So I have a whopping 920 words. I need to write 2,000 a day. I only have 920 words from my first day of NaNoWriMo. So yeah, 920 words. I've got a lot to do. Piano, I've got 920. I need 2,000 a day. I figure if I can do 2,000 a day when I have bad days, and I don't get to write it all or I don't get 2,000, but when I add, that way I'm hoping I get to 50,000. Okay, that's my goal. So I'm trying to get to 50,000. So I was tempted to write on stream tonight, but I know that's not what you guys expect. Which one came in first? I think Patrick did. All right, we'll play Patrick first, then we'll play Amy, then we'll boogie out. All right, so if you notice, and I'll show you full screen, I'm playing Zen mode, guys. I'm playing Zen mode against everybody from right now because of my friend Sudaku's recommended it. Thanks, Baxterish. I am not about procrastination, though, legit or otherwise. Zen mode is like you see here. You don't see who you're playing. You don't see their rating. You don't have any of that stuff on. So all you don't get to see the previous moves. Yeah, it forces you to play the board, not the person. So I don't care what your rating is. I'm going to focus on playing good chess. I play everybody the same. Like I said earlier, you weren't here. There's a negative and a positive. So the positive is you don't give people with a higher rating. You don't give them more credit than they're due, and therefore play fearful or give them too much. Like, oh well, they couldn't have made that mistake because they're higher rated. So you don't have any of that going on. Wow, that was tempting. I'm tempted to play here. If he takes, I could take, queen would take, bishop would come here, he gets to win that pawn. Not crazy about any of that, so let's keep playing solid. Yeah, I like Zen mode. Sudaku suggested it because I told him about working on the confidence factor. Now another thing I would do is I would go out and play games every day, like you said, Amy, daily games. But what I would do when I play daily games is I would set my challenge to find someone within a certain rating of me. So I want them to be, so like for this, I would want them to be probably like say 2200 or higher. yeah, I don't want to waste my time playing people that are actually lower rated than me, right? I don't want to play anybody lower rated than me. Does that make sense? I don't want to play anybody lower rated than me. I only want to play people equal or higher, preferably higher. And therefore, the other side of Zen mode that's bad is if I'm playing somebody that's only 15 or 1600, right? I might play in a different manner, in a bad manner, basically. But if I don't know that, I'm not going to. Right? I mean, I would play a certain way with a higher level of confidence because of it. All right, let me think for 2 seconds here. So I'm thinking about letting him take. I take. He takes. And I'm thinking the knight would be out of the way already. I can pin the knight. I can pin the knight. So if he takes, I take, he takes. No, I gotta have him out of the way first. Oh, I could just take here. Sorry. So he take, I take, he take, I take, queen takes. Knight can come back here. And then his queen just goes somewhere, and I'm not happy. So if I go here first, he takes, I take, he takes. Bishop hits him. Now I have 2 on him. Is that right? Yeah, I have 2 on him. He can protect with the bishop. My knight has no way to get at him, I don't think. Okay, one more time. Takes, 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 takes. I could pin right away. No, okay. Takes, takes, takes. Pin. I got the queen and the rook. He can hit it with the bishop. My knight's still not in the best square for causing him damage. Okay. Oh, let's see. I love playing against people who are better than me. Good. Yes, even this, most of them are 1600 and I am 600. Yeah, well, yeah, most streamers are probably a little. There are some that are beginners. Some are flat out beginners, say it all over the place. They advertise the fact that they're beginners. So, but I agree, a lot of them are stronger than 600 anyway. Of water. Did you guys get dressed up for Halloween? You guys celebrate Halloween where you're at? I don't know about celebrating is the right word. We enjoy it. It's like I don't know. It's celebrate is a weird word for it because you don't really celebrate it. I don't think you actually literally celebrate it. I don't think so. But anyway, we get dressed up. We give out candy. We don't go trick-or-treating anymore, but we like to dress up for when the trick-or-treaters come by. And they don't have Halloween over there at all. It's unfortunate. Free candy, man. Yeah, there you go, Amy. Eat that free candy now. Yeah, we gave out granola bars and juice, not boxes, but the pouches, juice pouches this year. So not really junk food at all. No candy. Hey, we also have Dia de Dias de Muertos, which also you get candy. Dias de Muertos, you can also get candy. Oh yeah, well the costumes are, you gotta have the costumes. Yeah, without the costumes, it's like, I agree, you're missing out on a lot if you don't have the costumes. Totally agree. Gotta have costumes. That's the fun part. Now, is that candy you got, or is that candy you were giving away and it's the leftovers? Yes, sí. Dias de los Muertos. Sí. All right, enough. You could see Zen mode. You don't need to know that I'm on Zen mode anymore. We'll go back to this. Now, that's an interesting choice that I did not anticipate seeing coming my way. I have way enough pieces hitting that, so let's keep developing. Per the plan. Okay, that doesn't stop my plan. We're going to go here, though. Because I didn't like being able to plop a knight there and me not kick him out. I want to be able to kick him out. Definitely want to be able to kick him out. Toying with kicking him out now. He actually has no place to go. And if he goes here, I think I would happily trade off and ruin the pawns in front of the king. I don't mind with a bishop that's not even developed taking out a knight that's moved multiple times. All right, so do I do it? Yeah, let's just go. We're not going to think that hard. Oh, well, that helps. Ah, there you go. There you go. Oh, will you? Is it a scary costume? Please do. Hey, send it to, you can put it on your profile, but you can Discord it to me. Discord it to me. Yeah, show me. I like scary costumes. Discord it to me. Okay. Yeah. Now, I don't know which profile that was, Lichess or chess.com. You can't put in links. You got to have special permission. All right, I missed the fact that this was hitting here, by the way. Yeah, I just missed that. I was thinking this was the only square, so I ran with it. I missed the fact that I just missed that. I just missed it. Yeah. Call it a blunder. Call it yeah. I just missed that totally. I just totally missed that. All right, we can't go here because this is check, and then we'd lose that. We can go here, which is a normal plan. I like that a lot. That's a normal plan. He could go back here if he wants. We could go here. I'm liking the alignment. I'm really liking the alignment. If he takes, I don't care. I really don't care. I think I'm fine taking with the queen or with the bishop. So yeah, I totally missed this square. I saw that square quickly. I saw that the knight would take it, so I thought he only had here. I missed the fact that the bishop was holding it. Totally missed the fact the bishop was holding it. Totally missed it. Now, this doesn't work. This doesn't work because we could just take with the knight, and then the knight doesn't have a target anymore, and we're holding everything. Excuse me. Yeah, don't leave it on for long then. Yeah. Yeah, Discord it to me. If you want, I could show it to everybody if you Discorded it. I'll bring it up and show everybody. At least I'll try. I guess you could change your profile picture if you want. Which site was it? Chess.com or Lichess? Patrick, your time is getting low. I can't even remember. I think I'm playing Patrick. Zen mode, I can't even tell who I'm playing. I don't even see the name. But I do need to play more serious chess. All right, so we get the take. Now the question is, if I take with the queen, if he tries to push here, we get this. We get to take there. But taking with the bishop might... then again, taking with the queen allows me to slide over here for later too. Kind of like taking with the queen, to tell you the truth. Okay, I'm going to take with the queen. I don't know what's best, but I'm going to take with the queen. Well, maybe that's best too, because if he had pushed here, I couldn't take, because then the queen, he'd win my bishop. Now I get a discovered attack if he pushes here. I take and the bishop attacks the queen. So, yeah, but I could still win that. So he has to move this pawn, and then he has to move the knight someplace that protects the bishop, or he still drops that piece. So now I'm thinking I like this to restrict him even further. If he pushes here, we can go here, and then again he has to go here, which means we just slide away anyway, right? We're gonna just slide away. We're not gonna care. I don't think we're gonna care. I like this. I'm liking this. This is very restrictive. Now I guess he does have the option here that if he took here, but then I could take, but then he could take, but then I could take, and I'm still happy. That's still trades. Trades. Amy, all of you, when you get a chance, you guys should go check out my Sir Locke books. I think you'd like them. Go out to Kindle, Amazon, online ebooks, and check it out. Do me a solid. Check it out. Tell me what you think. All right, we should think about this more. So if he goes here, okay, he gets, I don't know, that doesn't get out of, that gets out of this. That doesn't get out of almost anything else. And I'm still threatening to win that. Okay, so maybe the idea is here, here, he could take here. Then I just take there. I feel like just keep pushing and push and push. And he gets to do that eventually. I need to get this knight in the game. It's doing nothing. So do I want the knight here or here? Here it can come here or here or here. And here it can come here or here. I'm thinking he's pushing this one. So then I'm going to push that one. Okay, we're going to go here. He's lower on time. I do get to see their time. I do. This is totally true. I will admit I do have a lot of interests. Yeah, you know, yes. I also do artwork. All right, so finally now he's ready to move the knight and give me trouble. But now I can put my knight here. Now he was finally ready to move the knight. Now he could have moved it here, and I would have had to run away. And then he could have traded bishops. But I like my knight here. I like my knight there a lot. A lot. Now he does have this threatening this. But I don't think that's a big deal for me. I mean, he's also attacking there. But I should be able to do multiple ways. That can go there, but I actually kind of like it here, so I can double up later. Yeah, okay. So, as expected. That's the only worry. Do I want to do that so I can double up on that side? I could bring the queen in next. I don't think it works, but do I just go here? No, you know, I actually like it here. I actually like it there better. On the queen here, what's interesting, you could go this way, because then the rook protects the pawn. Could also do that, but then the rook. Yeah, see, so now I'm thinking I go here, and if his queen comes here, then I have moves like that, trapping the queen. Well, not fully trapping the queen, I should say. Right, this doesn't fully trap the queen. He can still back up. But I don't think that could be very good for him. Because then we chase the knight. Okay, he just goes away on his own. All right, knight does not have this square though. He does have 2 on here, but so do I. If he takes, I still have enough. I have a lot. And I'm going to have this discovered attack. I can chase the knight. The knight only has 1 square to go to. Let's chase the knight. When in doubt, play chase the knight. And then we're going to get aggressive. I could throw in the check, then we take the queen. Right? But you throw in the check, he takes, you take, he takes, you take, and then he takes your knight, right? Well, no, he's got to take the knight first. So you go there, he takes the knight. Yeah, I don't want to do that. I want to do here or here or here. I kind of like here, because then if he pushes, no, I don't need that. This is fine. This is fine. Okay, we have alignment again. Alignment's always good. Really? Chess coaches? That'd be awesome. That'd be awesome. All right, had to go away. We can still throw in the check. He can take with the pawn. We could take with check, and then he's going to lose the bishop. We could still throw in the check. He could take with the pawn. We take check. He has to move, and that'd be checkmate. So we go check. If he takes with this, we still take. If he takes with that, we still take, and it's still checkmate. I think this is checkmate like multiple ways. And if it's not, then we get the queen. I think this is checkmate in multiple ways. Still threatening mate. Okay, now we're not threatening mate anymore. But we can go here and then threaten mate. We can go here and then here and threaten mate. Which one is better? This is always a tough one for me to find. It's either here and here. If you go here, he can go here, and then you still go here, right? So this is faster. Let's go with that one first. Funny, if he takes here, I ignore it and go here because that's mate in one. So he actually has to move the king over. I think if he moves the king over, we get check. I mean, we take here, he takes, and then we go here with the rook. Because I think the rook is going to get in here pretty quickly after that. So let's take here. Okay, let's close that up here. Don't see any place he's going to go that's going to scare me yet. All right, we can go here and force him to move his rook first. Then we move here. That speeds up the process. Yeah, let's go here first. Force him to move his rook. It's all about tempo. This is the only move he has. Oh no, he has this move too. He had two moves. Here or there? Or here? We'll go here. Okay, now we could just take check and then mate. This one is a pattern I've learned. So talking about pattern recognition, it makes it easier for you to find moves. That was pattern recognition at its best. Okay, how do I get out of this now? Oh, what happened to your challenge? Oh, your challenge went away. Yeah, your challenge went away. If you want to play that game real quick, I will play it because I said I would, and then I will... Oh, really? Thinker's not on? What time did you pick for this game? I don't see a time. Oh no, it. And is it casual? Ah, you're killing me. Um, yeah, no, correspondence. We could play this anytime then. We can continue playing this. Yes, we could play correspondence, but meantime, I will also play Amy the casual game. I'll play the 5+3 game. Sorry. Amy, you're playing very fast. Is that by design? You are playing very fast, Amy. You're playing very fast. I don't know if that's a good idea to play so fast, Amy. Amy, just slow down. Slow down, Amy, slow down. Okay. Amy just slowed down. I am glad you slowed down finally, though. I mean, I thought you were playing way too fast, personally. Personally, I thought you were playing too fast. Decisions, Amy. Decisions. That's an interesting choice. That's a very interesting choice. I'm not sure what I want to do. I'm not sure what I want to do, Amy. Let's go with that. Let's go with this. Let's go with that. Let's go with this. Let's go with that. don't know, Amy. I don't know. What do I want to do? I feel conflicted, Amy. I feel conflicted. What to do, what to do. What to do, Amy, what to do, Amy, what to do. Oh. Interesting, Amy, interesting. Still interesting. Check there, doesn't work, does it? No. Check there, does that work? No, doesn't actually fully work, I don't think. Okay, so I don't see any of those working. So if none of those are working, do we just throw in that check? Or do we do something different? That's the $1,000 question. I don't know what to do. Making things too hard for me, Amy. Oops, clock. Terrible at time management, I'll tell you what. Quite bad at time management. Mm-hmm. Oh, silly. Silly me. Oh, silly me. I was thinking I was happy with everything. Yeah, good game. Good game. All right, and I still have your other match going, right? Let's see, we have our correspondence game going. Where's our correspondence? Here we go. All right. There you go. That was good, Amy. Thanks for the game. Thank you for the game. Let's see. We're going to go here. See, for correspondence, I even have confirm move on. You know, we're going to play a little different because we can. Okay, well, that's a hole that I don't know if you're not going to fianchetto, we don't like you creating that hole. It's probably not a good idea. All right, so this game, Kate, we do not have to finish. Yeah, if you, I don't know why, what do you mean by not playing fair? You think he was cheating? I don't know what you mean by not playing fair. But hey, if you don't enjoy it, quit, right? Because games don't mean anything. You're playing for your enjoyment. So yeah, if you don't, then don't. Yeah, I have nothing. I have no problem with someone saying, "I'm out of here." You know, if they're not playing fair or by any other explanation that you like. Yeah, I have no problem with you saying, "I'm out. Thank you very much. I'm not going to waste my time." It's your prerogative. And so our daily game, I take it as correspondence. We call it correspondence on Lichess. It's just you make one move per day is a minimal. Yeah, if you think he's cheating, then yeah, you could do the Magnus. Do the Magnus. Just resign and don't play him ever again. Block him. I'd block him. Why don't you want him to get banned if he's cheating? If he's cheating, he deserved to get banned. I'd have no problem whatsoever with having him be banned. Yeah, no problem whatsoever. No, understandable. But yeah, I would not hesitate to have somebody get banned if they're cheating. I can't stand cheaters. In any shape, form, size, anything. Cannot stand cheaters. Ban them all, I say. No, you wouldn't have been getting him banned. He'd be getting himself banned for cheating. You're not banning him. It's not like you went on a campaign and said, we should ban this person. They were if they were cheating and they got banned, it's their own fault. I don't know why you take blame for that. Yeah, that's not you. You did not get them banned. They got themselves banned for cheating. That's if they were cheating. So let the algorithms find out. You know, that's only fair. If you say, well, I quit because I think you were cheating, well, then you are accusing them of cheating, but you have no proof, right? So wait and let the algorithm find out, was he actually cheating? And if he was, then he'll get banned. At least that's the way I look at it. I feel like I should be able to trap his queen. I'm sorry, if I go here first, he just backs out to here, so I don't trap his queen that way. But if I go here, and then I go here, then his queen goes here, but I still don't trap him yet. I feel like I should be able to trap his queen. How about I go here, and then here, and then something like that. I don't know. I'm going to do this for fun. Well, maybe that's two people now telling you, so maybe we're right. How many people do you need to agree before you think we're right and you're wrong? You just have to figure that out. Right? Oh, one person said it. No, if two people say it. Well, if 10 people say it, I'll believe them. You gotta decide. There's going to be a point when you're going to say, you know what? If enough people are saying it, it's probably true. Okay, I think I can go here. Then I can go here. I still can't get here, though. So I'd have to go here, 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 and then there. Sheesh, that's a lot of work to trap a queen. All right, this would not let him not get trapped, right? Let's go with that. I was thinking about doing that first. But there's no rush. I mean, even if he takes, it doesn't stop the queen getting trapped. Okay, so now we have to go here right away. Just double checking. Yes. Queen has to go back. Then we're going to go here. Then our next move is going to be there. Our threat is to go there. Okay, so now the threat is still not there because we were just taking the end. So we're just going to win the queen first. And that doesn't stop us from winning the queen. Okay. Now I want to push here because I want to keep my bishop alive. Get my bishop back to being alive. If he takes, we just take. We don't care. Okay. Can't own the file even. Queen works as good as a rook. go fight for the file first. Before he gets the chance to. Don't know. Now the rook gets to sit, but I'm thinking of more. Thinking of mating. Mating stuff. Does that work? Because then he goes here, or she goes there, and I don't get what I want. Here I can blow everything open. He takes, he takes, and then our king is open too. I like this move, but I don't like that that's so much of a problem to protect. Yeah, we're gonna go for it anyway. Okay, that I don't think is very good. We're gonna actually even come all the way back here. Or do we just go here? We're gonna go here because then you can't get there. I like that. You can't fight for the file anymore. And that's just a free piece. Hello, Tobias. How are you? So it's good to know that you first went looking for a thinker teacher. Yeah, I'm a jailer. I feel like that sometimes. But it's nice that you first went looking for thinker teacher, but because he wasn't on, you came to me. I'll take it. Doesn't hurt my feelings at all. I like thinker teacher. He's a teacher also. Not sure. Good game. All right. All right, guys. That was good games. Thank you for playing a few. Appreciate you guys. Good game. I have no idea about the Danish election. I don't know what's going on in the Danish election. I didn't know they were having one. We have our elections coming up, but I have no idea about the Danish elections. So I'm sorry. I feel bad. I have no clue. All right, let's go raid our man Daywin. He is in our team. He was also visiting us. We gave him good kudos, but remember, he's not child friendly. He doesn't have adult required on here, but he sometimes he does you know, language, watch language. So. All right, go check him out. We will be on again on Thursday for our real life class. And that's where we teach students in real life, and we do it via a Zoom call. But you can come and audit and check it out and see what we're doing. All right, see you then. Have a good night.